on so-called Jerusalem Day, droves of young West Bank settlers come to Jerusalem to attack Palestinians in the old city. Standing together, activists are there, and they try to provide protective presence, de-escalate, and force the police to stop right-wing violence. But of course, they still fail ultimately because these fucking douchebags are the ones that the police are there to protect, really. Who are the purple vests? Yes, the purple vests are Omdim Be'achad, which is Hebrew for standing together. They are a Israeli organization comprised of both Israeli Jews and also Palestinian citizens of Israel. They are, I would say, probably the most popular progressive movement. Like, they're nowhere near as popular as like the genuine anti-Zionist leftists in Israel, but they do a lot of good work for sure, considering how fucking unimaginably fascist Israeli society and of course the Israeli government is. They're pretty good. Where did all these kids come from? Did they travel just to do Nazi shit? They came from the West Bank, probably Hebron. I don't know. I mean, that's where like a lot of the most rabid ultra-Zionist settlers are. But yes, they come from the West Bank to Jerusalem to beat the shit out of Palestinians. No, they're not from Brooklyn. Okay, no, not all of those guys are from Brooklyn. Many of them are just like fucking straight up from there. They were born in a fucking illegal settlement. How is mainstream media literally not covering this Nazi shit? It's insane. Goes to show that America's squarely a fascist state. They're not covering this in the same for the same exact reasons as to why they didn't offer a lot of coverage to the Mossad activity with the ICC prosecutor Ben Suda. That was the Guardian's own reporting. And yet, for some weird reason, it didn't get a lot of fucking play in American news. The reason why it doesn't get a lot of play in American news is because it makes Israel look really fucking bad. It makes them look really bad in a way that Americans can understand as well. Because this type of shit, Americans can contextualize as well. They don't just see the Star of David and go, oh, these guys must be the good guys. They look at those guys, they hear what they're saying, they see their actions, and they go, oh, I know what this is like. This is exactly like the fucking Klan. This is exactly like the Hitler Youth. This is exactly like the insane right-wing militias doing mob violence and looking to lynch people. That's what it is. So you're not going to see a lot of this. Just like you don't see a lot of coverage from the West Bank in general, because the violence in the West Bank is something that Americans and the Western world can contextualize much better than the rubble, the cities reduced to rubble that you see in Gaza. When you see the cities reduce to rubble in Gaza, you think, oh, this is just like Syria. Oh, this is just like Iraq. This is just like Afghanistan. It's just a bunch of Muslims that are, getting punished for being radical or scary or violent and barbaric. Americans are trained to see city blocks being reduced to rubble in Muslim areas. They think that is somehow permissible. They've been taught that is actually valid due to all of the propaganda surrounding the war on terror, the failed war on terror. But when you see West Bank violence against Palestinians indigenous to the land, Palestinians being brutalized by fucking random
hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the... Hardpoint compromised.
Take your bloody fire!
Relocating. Stand by. Secure the target area.
Take cover!
Enemy spotted!
Passing through. Grenade!
Enemy visual.
Shoot it down!
Confirming next hardpoint.
Enemy in the air!
Taking fire!
Visual. Secure the area.
Switching mags.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
Check your fire.
Inside the perimeter.
Loading fresh mag.
Grenade!
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the area.
Taking effective fire.
Enemy
Reloading. I saved your ass with that one.
hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Taking rounds.
Friendly UAV online.
Bloody hell, your aim is shot. Switching mags.
Point
Stun
compromised.
incoming.
Secure the area.
Switching mags.
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Inside the perimeter. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Area's hot. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Friendly cruise missile.
Taking effective fire.
He's inside the perimeter.
I'm taking fire.
Friendly SAE inbound.
Changing mags.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Taking effective fire.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Friendly UAV on station. Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Taking fire.
Secure the area.
Loading.
Enemies inside the perimeter. Enemy visual. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
Got your six. Changing mags.
Enemy visual. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Changing mags.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Oh, turns out Carmen is good aim, man.
Inside the perimeter. Momentum's ours. Keep pushing them back. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Contact.
Switching mags.
Enemy spotted.
Secure the area. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostile SAE near your position. We've secured the field. Mission accomplished. Kill confirmed. Eliminate hostiles and secure their tags. We've lost the lead. taken the lead.
Taking effective fire! Enemy spotted! Enemy! Fire! Loading!
Hostile mosquito is on. Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
Shut! Enemy!
Kill confirmed.
Taking rounds! Your bloody fire! I'm right behind you. I'm reloading. That was a wee close one.
Friendly UAV online. Confirmed.
Too bloody close. Watch out! Fire!
Kill confirmed.
Throwing safety. Fuck off!
We have taken the lead. We've lost the lead.
Stun grenade out! X-ray down.
Confirmed. We've secured the lead. The mission is half complete. Stay sharp. Mission time is half complete. Secure the victory.
Stun grenade out!
Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
Taking fire! Taking rounds. Drag out. Spotted that one.
Confirmed that one.
Changing mag. Reloading.
Confirmed.
Reloading. Changing mag.
Kill confirmed.
Taking fire. Oh, that fucking hurt. Switching mags.
UAV
That's for
active.
my mate.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
Loading.
UAV on station.
Taking effective fire.
Last one.
Stun grenade out.
Friendly UAV online.
Taking effective fire. Changing
Silent
mag.
run. Keep up the chase. Confirmed that one.
Loading. Got your back. Switching mags.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed. Final minute. Friendly UAV on station. Ready to deploy. Confirmed.
Frag out.
The mission is complete. Good work.
Bred religious fundamentalist hicks, okay, like this, and they're fucking spawn of Satan children, okay, these fucking demon dipshits assaulting the press. When you see this, all of a sudden, you go, whoa, 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 I know what that is. This is ridiculous. This is unacceptable. I think Jacob, y'all remember Jacob? Oh, if I don't steal this, someone else will. Jacob from fucking Long Island. I think he was either from Brooklyn or Long Island. That was literally like a genuine moment where a lot of people that were first being introduced to this concept immediately understood what the fuck was going on. You see Jacob go, oh, if I don't steal your home, someone else will. All of a sudden, with a fucking Brooklyn accent, you're like, oh, I know what's going on here. This is fucking ridiculous.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is gonna steal it.
No.
Like, I'm not even exaggerating, by the way. This is just straight up. Like, that is exactly what he said.
No one. is allowed to steal.
This is in Sheikh Jarrah,
Secure and
which
hold
is
the
occupied
objective.
East Jerusalem.
We're taking Charlie.
There is obviously a policy of like home stealing
Charlie
in Sheikh
secure.
Jarrah. Occupied East Jerusalem
secured the
directly
lead.
has a demographic number, a
Bravo.
demographic percentage that the Israeli government officially has for East Jerusalem. Like they want to make East Jerusalem a specific percentage Jewish. It is territory that is supposed to be contested. This was absolutely a radicalizing moment for many people who had never actually understood what the fuck was going on, maybe didn't pay attention. Why? Because everybody knows when you got a motherfucker from Brooklyn going in another person's home being like, this is mine now, I stole it, you go, what the fuck?
Changing mag. Grenade.
Enemy securing
Fresh
Bravo.
mag.
This is the type of shit when you see in the Western world, even if you're like completely uninitiated with what the fuck goes on in Israel, you can understand it in Western terms. There's a clear good guy, bad guy situation. There isn't enough like justifications
taking
that
Alpha.
stick. This is a reality that many liberal Zionists, even in Israel, understand. That's part of the reason why they're
We
so
control
fucking
two
mad at like the West Bank
objective,
settlers
Charlie.
in many different instances, obviously for a multitude of different reasons, but this is one of them. Many liberal Zionists personally understand that if you want to maintain the Zionist project, if you want to maintain the apartheid, if you want to fucking keep Israel the way it is, demographically pure, with a Jewish majority, a Jewish ethno-state for Jews, you can't have this kind of shit happening on a regular basis because the Western world sees that and goes, oh, what the fuck? This is insane. Yeah, many liberal Zionists hate settlers because they're giving the game up. They're fucking up the bag. They're fucking up the apartheid bag. Can you describe what makes Israel fascist specifically and how they operate domestically? This isn't a gotcha. I mean, what do you think this is? Zionism is a fascist ideology. It is about one group of people with certain characteristics, inalienable, unchangeable genetic characteristics. Judaism is an ethno-religion, dominating anyone who is not a part of that in-group, dominating them through violent means. It is an ideology built around the justification of settler colonial violence. The difference is settler colonial violence in general predates the fascism of contemporary history, so we just didn't dictate it or we didn't acknowledge it as fascism. The only difference is Israel's doing the same settler colonial violence that many of the Western world was built on, including the United States of America, in 2024 in fucking broad daylight. You know, fascism is easily identified as blood and soil. Zionism is about blood and soil, 100%. Nazi Germany also had a settler colonial project. Exactly, Lebensraum. How fucked history is where Jewish people went through genocide and now they're doing one to people they consider the enemy. I mean, I think the most fucked up part is that the Israeli government is claiming that they're doing this for Judaism. This is not being done for Judaism. There's no Judaism here, okay? This is just straight up fascist nonsense.
Control Bravo. We've secured the lead. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing objective Charlie.
I'm with you.
We hold all objectives. Well done. Stay vigilant. Enemies securing Bravo.
Incoming! Check your fire or the next bullet goes in your head.
Enemy securing Charlie.
Drag out!
We are losing Alpha. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. We're taking Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing objective Charlie. We're taking Charlie. Hostile UAV in the area. Objective Charlie.
I'm hit!
Holding fresh mag.
You're still useful to me. For now.
The Securing objective Alpha. The enemy took Charlie. We control Alpha. Friendly UAV online. Securing objective Charlie.
Swapping mags.
Enemy securing Bravo. We've secured all objectives. The battle's not over. Bravo is compromised.
Changing mag.
Get it back.
Loading fresh mag.
Securing objective Bravo.
Swapping mags.
We've secured the objective. Enemy
Changing
taking
mag.
Alpha. We're taking Bravo. We hold on. Well done. We've lost Alpha. Objective Charlie is compromised.
Under fire. Swapping mags.
We're taking Alpha.
I'm a friendly.
Enemy
Don't
taking
shoot.
Bravo.
Loading fresh
Alpha
mag.
secure. We've lost Bravo. We are
Changing
losing
mag.
Alpha. We've lost all objectives. Do not securing objective Bravo.
Enemy KIA. Swapping
Securing
mags.
objective Alpha. Hostile care package deployed. We control Alpha. Friendly UAV on station. We're taking Bravo. Hostile counter UAV overhead. Objective Bravo secure. Enemy securing Bravo. We control 2 objectives. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Bravo.
Grenade.
We're taking Charlie. Friendly Mosquito deployed.
Dusted him. Loading fresh mag.
We're taking Bravo. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Secure your position. We control Bravo. Enemy taking Bravo.
Drag out.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Enemy KIA. Changing mag.
We are gaining ground. Do not give back. Enemies taking Bravo.
Swapping mag.
secured the field. Mission accomplished.
Actually, I had the stupid.
Bring about its end.
Inside of every anti-trans person's brain are worms, writhing, shrieking, suckling worms, little larva reverse Jiminy Cricket shoulder devil freaks whispering stuff like, "See that woman? You should tell her about sister hypno videos. Hey, let's run into that daycare and scream about autogynephilia and yax wounds, to protect the kids. Joey. Been 6 minutes since you tweeted about trans people. We should deny some atrocities just for the giggles. It's a sex-based right to have a little treat. Probably a man, huh? Nice dress, sugar. At least this bathroom sign knows what a woman is. Trans people. This is why you'll often see anti-trans people or TERFs or gender criticals complaining about how people at work won't sit near them, or whining that friends aren't texting them back anymore. Their kids don't call, and their spouses have left them. And there's one shining example of this self-induced isolation, one perfect embodiment of this phenomenon, distilled down into one single adult ogre male. Graham Linehan. On Twitter, he goes by Glinner, but in his colleagues, friends, and family's phones, he goes by blocked caller spam. On Christmas morning of 2019, at 1 a.m., Graham was angrily sliding into trans people's replies. The day before, my Pokemon mentor, Katie Montgomery, had mentioned that the LGB Alliance was a hate group, and Graham couldn't let it go. Laying there, seething, coping, rabid, and foaming at the mouth, he summoned up all his skills as a writer to fire off one of his wittiest retorts.
1 a.m. Christmas morning. You're the hate group, Katie.
No hate group. Katie, I've been hearing very disturbing things about the folks down at People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. But Graham isn't just a transphobe who calls trans people slurs and tries to silence them. He's also a misogynist who routinely calls women slurs and tries to silence them. And then like a homophobe who routinely calls gay people slurs and tries to silence them. And a racist who does digital blackface and a serial harasser and an online stalker. But worst of all, fucking cringe. Hello?
We're supposed to be recording a podcast right now, stupid.
I can't. I have people over, and I'm busy talking shit about a piece of crap.
Okay, start recording then. That's our whole podcast.
But our podcast is about dead people, and it's Graham Linehan. And while he's definitely decaying, he's not technically dead.
I mean, his marriage is.
No, okay, I'm cashing in my One Alive transphobe ticket for this year then. Last year's was Joanne's legacy, and this year can be Graham's career.
Yeah,
Target area
and his
updated.
marriage.
Move to the hard point. Enemies inside the
Okay,
perimeter.
hold on, let me put you on speakerphone.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Secure the area.
The Dead, the podcast where we don't.
Can we give it a special episode subtitle since he's not dead?
Yeah, welcome back to Respect the Divorce, the podcast where he is and we're not, and that's like super fun.
Sweaty is no surprise.
X-ray down. Fire. Dropped him.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
Trans people out of your mouth, just
Taking fire! Find medical.
Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Switching mags.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Taking effective fire. Loading.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
Visual target.
Oh my.
Compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Stay with it. Back one for you.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. We're getting hit hard. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Hardpoint.
Close one.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Effective fire.
Friendly cruise missile deployed. Area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Switching mags.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Hardpoint. Secure the area. Friendly UAV online. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by.
Grenade.
Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
Trophy. Out. Taking fire. Get down.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Taking rounds. Changing. Yeah, you got this. Swatted that
Hardpoint
one.
relocating.
Trophies.
Stand by.
Out.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Reloading.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
your fire!
Enemies inside the perimeter. Falling behind. Get moving.
Changing mags!
Secure the area.
Taking fire!
Throwing grenade!
Next hardpoint. Stand by. Mission failed. Return to base.
Just couldn't keep us out of your mouth.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, MWIII. MWIII has 24/7 customer service, 90-day no-hassle returns, and discreet shipping. And with code KALIN, that's me, you get 50% off one item and free shipping in the US and Canada and free rush processing. MWIII has everything you could ever hope to use to make your solo or partner time a little spicier. They've got something for every sex, gender, and possible partner pairing. By the way, I hope I'm allowed to use my own discount code because I have like 4 things in my cart right now that I know are gonna like change my life. Are you gonna use code KALIN to buy something cute for yourself, Hoots?
Obviously.
Okay, cute. I love that for us.
Me too. Friends who share sex toys together. Wait, nope.
Well, not
us.
no. Yeah, not no, but not us.
Alpha secure.
Okay, what do you know about this man? Because I've deliberately not shared any of the fucking ridiculous stuff that I've been adding into my notes?
I know that he was, I believe, the showrunner of a television show in the UK and Ireland. Yes, which I never watched, but it was a big deal. I know that he kind of looks like you took like a Shrek doll and like put it inside of a Cupid doll and like left it in the microwave for like on like 30 seconds on high for 30 seconds. And I know that he has dedicated his entire life to transphobia. And because of that, his wife left him, and I believe his family, like none of his family will talk to him.
So I'm not sure about the last part. He has said they took my family. So I'm assuming that maybe the kids don't answer the phone when he calls, but like I don't want to like talk too much about his children per se. So that's all correct. But it's so and like losing your entire family because you hate trans people should be like the most pathetic thing about you. But he's also terminally online, which is so much sadder when you're like, I don't know, 70 years old. Like,
yeah, I was about to say same, but like I'm allowed to be on Twitter because I'm 55.
Yeah. He should not be allowed on Twitter, both
Twice
because
my
he's
age.
too old and
Facebook.
too unhinged. Yeah.
Go back to Facebook where you belong.
Obviously, I'm gonna get people commenting that I didn't mention a specific thing. But I obviously can't cover everything disgusting or terrible or misogynistic or perverted or cringe he's ever done because YouTube only lets you upload 12-hour videos. So I figured I would just give a little slice of life and we'll focus on how he destroyed his own.
If you made me sit here for 12 hours and listen to you talk about this man, we would be doing an episode about the death of our fucking friendship.
And that would be fair. So we're gonna laser focus on why his peers, his agent, his family, and everyone else left him. We're digging into how being an angry, obsessed anti-trans monster has cost him everything. And how I think that's not the anti-trans part, but just the fact that like
There are consequences for actions.
Yeah, oh my god, surprise. He loved sewing. Wait, reaping?
Not reaping.
No,
right. He really doesn't
hated
like reaping. Love sewing.
Big fan of sewing. So last week I read Graham's book. It's called Tough Crowd, How I Made and Lost a Career in Comedy, which details exactly that. And it's the cope right in the title. It was like Graham Linehan, I used to be successful. His short-lived success and then eventual long-lived and seemingly permanent failure is like perfectly encapsulated in this book. And it's really funny because there's so many quotes where like he should realize how bad it makes him look, but it doesn't because no, literally none. Failing the mirror test. I bet if I put a mirror somewhere in his house that he didn't expect, if he walked past it, he would fucking slap it or something. He would run into it. If I painted like a
He would be like, oh no, a
wall.
trans-identified male. They're in my walls.
They're in my walls. Okay, that is just a little bit terrifying because I don't want anybody in my walls. But if any trans people don't have a place to stay, and it has to be in my walls, you're more than welcome.
You're such an ally.
I know, thank you. So his book sort of reads like Elliot Rodger's manifesto. There's a lot of just bitter ramblings, a lot of telling stories that make him look objectively fucking nuts.
taking
Yeah.
Alpha.
But he tells
no
them as
self-awareness.
if it makes him look good. Or at least didn't need to be included, but he includes it anyways. And like Elliot's was like, what? My Twisted World or something? Graham's is like,
My twisted marriage. How I made and lost my family and career and respect and cheese grater and steam account because I couldn't stop talking about trans people for 3 seconds.
Enemies taking Bravo.
we'll get to him losing his cheese grater and steam account.
Oh, so those weren't just little
No.
bits that you. I thought you just like. I thought you were just like garnishing the joke.
No,
Oh my god.
this man's life is so fucking sad.
Wait, a cheese grate?
Yeah.
I'll let you tell your story.
So his book, his memoir, his magnum opus, combining pre-sales and his opening week, sold 390 copies. For comparison, Sean Faye's transgender issue sold 4,000 copies in that same period. So
I'm
not
pretty
even the
sure-
gender critical people are buying his book.
I'm pretty sure like Raylo fanfics self-published on Amazon have had better sales in that period. Like,
Well, the thing is, people care about Star Wars. Nobody cares
It's
about
true.
Graham.
yeah, they're like, we're gonna retweet something hateful that you've said, but I don't want to read your words. I don't want to
Yeah,
be sad.
I don't care about your sad life. Like, oh my god, I would love to buy your book. I would love to buy your book. The problem is I don't like being depressed. And in order for me to really connect with it, I would need to be capable of empathy. And as a gender critical person, I don't identify with empathy. No pronouns, no empathy.
Enemy securing
I
Charlie.
love that, like, I mean, like, this is a crowd that absolutely would and has purchased books, like,
Yeah, but they don't read them.
just to, yeah, I mean, they've never read a book.
The enemy's
But this is absolutely the kind of crowd that purchases books just to, like, be able to post pictures of it on social media and be like, look, I have the hateful literature. And even then, they wouldn't buy his book.
Yeah, like that white supremacist arsonist who like burned down those churches, who commented under J.K. Rowling's tweet and was like, thank you, ma'am, now that you're not woke, I bought all your books for my kids. Arsonists love fucking Joanne Rowling. So prior to his days lumbering around Twitter, harassing feminists and LGBTQ plus people, he co-wrote 2 shows that garnered him like his main fame at the time, Father Ted and the IT Crowd. I thought Father Ted was funny. I watched DVDs of it at my father's house, not with Ted, no relation.
Good work.
And I like thought they were funny at the time. I will say he wasn't the only writer, but I was also like 15.
I mean,
at that
he's the
time-
showrunner, right? Like he came up with the idea, and he was like probably the head of the writers' room.
I think it was according to the book, it felt really funny. There's just
Yeah.
no reason for me to go back and rewatch it when there's like every second trans person on Twitter has a way funnier account than anything that's ever happened in Father Ted. So Graham's the kind of person to hold a grudge, like a real grudge. As anyone who goes on his Twitter can clearly see,
Yeah.
he will find one specific trans person and he will post about them like at least once a day, if not every other day. Katie Montgomery gets like the most from him. And she's like the most chill, reasonable trans person on Twitter. Like she's so like reserved in all of her takes, and I think that's part of what pisses him off
That
so
pisses
much.
him off.
Yeah, like I'll be like, shut your bobble-headed little mouth and get back in your cage. And you won't respond to me again after that. But Katie is like level-headed, has like cogent arguments and doesn't resort to insults.
She comes
and I
at him
think that
with good
pisses
faith.
him off.
Yeah.
And I think that's especially what pisses him off because he realizes how bad it's making him feel.
Right. It gets under his skin. Can I just say, holding a grudge, like also not a very good quality for someone working in the arts to have.
We're gonna get to that. So, about his grudges. He is constantly going after women, particularly feminists, but anyone that just doesn't agree with gender critical ideology. Any woman who disagrees with him on trans people is pandering to men. which is like really funny because if they were pandering to men, they
They'd
would
listen
be
to him?
supporting him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny
he
that.
just came for one of our best friends the other week, who was a
Oh, we're gonna
sister.
talk about that.
Okay.
She's in there. So he'll tweet about them, post about them on his Substack, make videos where he talks about them on his stupid YouTube channel. It's fan behavior, but like in a wear your face kind of way, not in a like fun kind of way. Like I am absolutely convinced that if he was ever in a room with a trans person alone and there was like nobody would know what he did, he would fucking. He is a terrifying person, and I'm glad he lives, I don't know, in Ireland, away
think
from
so,
me.
unless
Oh
he's
no, I think he
moved.
lives in London now.
I'm just so glad that my face is too tiny and petite to ever fit on his face.
He would need so many faces. So given his love of beefing with people instead of going to therapy, it makes sense that all his vile obsessed behavior can be traced back when he began to receive comments about his episode of the IT Crowd that revealed his anti-trans opinions. We're not going to get into it. I'm sure some YouTuber has done something about how the episode's transphobic or whatever. But basically, he got some like pretty mild feedback. Like this reinforces some harmful tropes. But this man has the thinnest skin, like translucent. Like if I were to try and sell it and market it, I think I would have to include a disclaimer that it wasn't technically existing in 3 dimensions. Like,
I can't believe like this is the villain origin story. Like, because like I believe that like I mean again I haven't seen the IT Crowd, but like
Friendly
early
UAV on
2000s
station.
comedy, like I would say like
it's all transphobic.
20% of it at least was like there's always got to be like one character who like the main male character falls in love with or thinks is hot and then finds out that she's a woman who used to be a man, and like it's all just that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that there was like transphobic humor in all these shows. There,
taken the lead.
like, but his villain origin story, his like interest in opposing trans activism,
Still
is that
alive.
some people were like, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all a grudge. He
Jesus
expects to be
Christ.
fucking worshipped. Like his
He's
whole
so much
book was about
sadder.
how fucking funny he is
No.
and how he'd be so successful if it weren't for the trans activists. And it's like,
No.
if he had just said, like, whoa, you're right, that episode didn't age well, that would have been that.
2013.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think he started beefing with people on Twitter until at least like 2016. Like,
He was beefing with other
UAV
people,
online.
just not trans people. He was originally beefing with people that
right down.
he, like, coming down on the anti-Gamergate
Taking
side
rounds.
originally.
Blimey.
okay,
So he was like opposing Gamergate,
right.
which he's since retracted.
Yeah, because now he has to appeal to exactly those people.
Well, yeah, now he's like, I never really understood.
Loading.
That Zoe Quinn was a little slut. Zoe Quinn and her 5 guys and burgers and fries. That is so sad. You are a man in your 70s. Leave her alone. Get a job. Oh, you can't get a job.
Get a job. Stay away from her. So yeah, he claims the reason why he should not be criticized for this episode is because comedy
Maintain the lead.
should be able to punch down.
When people say comedy should punch up, they actually mean that it should operate along tribal lines. And they specifically mean along the lines that their tribe decrees.
You're halfway to mission
But comedy
complete.
isn't tribal.
Finish it.
Comedy is a mirror in which the whole of humanity is supposed to see itself. If you remove certain groups from comedy and criticism, you remove their humanity.
So I don't
Like an effective
I personally don't find humor that punches down that funny because I think it's actually kind of cowardly. Like I think it's taking low-hanging fruit. I think it's very easy to make fun of people, but like that's just my personal taste. I get that there are some people who think that there should be no kind of like limits to who you can make fun of. However, if that is going to be your position, you have to make your peace with people criticizing you and people making fun of you. Like,
Yeah.
it's not comedy for me and not for thee. Like, you just have to make your peace with the fact that, like, some people are straight up not gonna like it.
Oh, in his book, he details all of the mean things that people have said to him on Twitter in a little list to show how, like, terrible trans activists are. And, like, 90% of it is hilarious and not anywhere close to as, like, vile as the things he does. Like, posting, like, topless photos of young teenagers.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna add any names. I'm not gonna link to anything. I'm not gonna show the tweets because I don't post shirtless photos of children. That's just a personal line I've chosen.
This man should be in jail.
I agree with you. Like, I think some comedy that's punching down can be funny, but it needs to be funny.
Coming.
Yeah.
Like, it's people on the right often laugh at things because they're punching down, as if punching down is the punchline.
Yeah.
Like,
haha,
that's not
you're
comedy.
Gay.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, we do that a lot. But I mean, like, haha, you're gay. Which is like, it's like, listen, the reason I'm not laughing isn't because I'm offended. This is how I feel about Ricky Gervais's comedy a lot. Is like, the reason I'm not laughing isn't because I'm personally offended. I'm usually not within any of the, like, marginalized groups that Ricky Gervais is making fun of.
Yeah.
It's because I think it's lazy. Like, he's like, I want to identify as a chimp. And it's like, yeah,
okay.
You got that joke from, like, every 2016, like, meme that every boomer uncle was posting on Facebook. We've heard it before. Get another one, Rick.
Like, I actually find a lot of offensive jokes funny. In fact, I think a lot of people that watch my stuff or listen to Respect the Dead know that. That we like to toe the line.
We offend people for money.
Yeah, all the time. But, like, the difference is that the point of the joke is to make people laugh by making them think, by, like, subverting tropes and not, like, leaning into them. It's so lazy. It's terrible writing. And I mean, like, if he wants us to punch down, we can punch down. We're gonna do that in this episode just for him. So basically, anyways, yeah, if we stop making jokes about Graham's horrible face and his wife leaving him, we're denying his humanity. And as people on the left, I refuse to deny the humanity of someone, to act like they're not people, which is why